Welcome, everyone. We have another Group B matchup in store for you here tonight. A good one coming. We have KamikazeMario versus the Multitude. Mario taking a loss last night to War Machine in a real close series. Is, I believe, 1-3 in the group so far. Looking to pick up a second win here against Multitude, who's right now sitting pretty solidly in the third slot, having beaten War Machine himself, but lost to Math and Xanxus, the same as Mario. Right now, Mario could make an interesting tie for third in this group if he picks up a win here. Otherwise, Multitude solidifies himself as the third seed, and Mario would end up as fifth. I'd like to introduce my co-caster here, SomePoorChoices.
Hey, ready for some choice commentary?
How many choice
Uh,
puns do you have lined up?
oh, it's infinite. This should be a really good match, though. Multitude, of course, well known for playing with Ghost, went very far in tag tournament. Kamikaze is my go-to partner. Rumor has it he was a little sick this week, but we'll see if he can pull Michael Jordan and come out playing strong despite a cold.
Yeah, I think it'll be a fun matchup. We've seen a lot of good matches in this middle portion of Group B. Nobody taking any serious leads there. War Machine, I would have said, last night it did go to 5 games. Mario versus War Machine.
That was a great matchup, by the way.
I would have favored Mario going into that, but War Machine really showed up to play. So I got to give him props there, pulling off what I would call
there's a lot to be said for the quick aggression that we saw on Palace last time. Really kind of set the tone and the pace for the entire time. This time we see Multitude and Kamikaze both have nature blazing out of Multitude.
Oh, that's already going to be a real pain because Mario really can't do anything to dodge that. Shield. He does catch a second, and he's shieldless.
I wasn't sure that one should have hit, but if it's, sometimes you take the hit in this game, whether you're halfway behind a shield or a pole or not. So it's a quick 8 damage, and it looks like he's trapped out in no man's land. His base is pretty far away, especially as a jumper.
Yeah, Mario has 2 choices here. Go
Fire
all
of Gehenna,
in.
but that's only gonna.
Yeah, he can go all in and try and knock Multitude off of his blazing, or he can, try and make it back to his base without getting hit. So he does kind of go for both. He tries to go for the hit first, which doesn't work.
Good return to nature there. I think that was right to slow it back down. He heats back up, kind of takes Multitude off his bonus. He had just used another +1.
I mean, the thing that's real interesting about that is they'll actually take Multitude 4 hits to kill him now, whereas before it would have taken 2. So that is a really good trade for himself, and he gets himself back up to +1.
We do know he's still holding on to the Fire of Gehenna. I see a Venom Fang getting launched from long range. Multitude is a jumper, but if you can get him jumping, you might be able to open up a Fire of Gehenna target. Of course, he is the Freya jumper, so he's going to be pretty good with dodges. Now we see the return to nature right back. They're just playing catch with making sure no one has bonuses.
Yeah, Mario,
waiting each other out.
He seems to not be getting the aura he wants. He also hasn't gotten a shield. Multitude hasn't really had a shield either. Both of these players seem a little tentative, to get into the mix.
I'm also noticing for jumpers, they are not packing a lot of shields.
It could be that, or it could just be poor draws for both.
They're not coming out. Yeah. And we did see lasers from Multitude. Mario is probably going to be pretty reluctant to go push the aggression. Now we see Multitude also come with the aggression. There's the blazing again. Kamikaze finally gets a shield himself. Yeah. Luckily that heat was gone. He's able to hold on to his flash. He's coming with Willow. He looks like he launches at the ground to test. See a Venom Fang. Multitude running around. Gets on the escalator, avoids the Venom Fang. We don't even get to see Multitude's shield. He's also still holding on to an erase skill. Not sure what he's got there, but
probably still
it might be waiting to pop. Is it a Purify or Return? If it was,
he used
all right,
Purify
makes sense. Gotcha.
Yeah, and then Mario
manual
used
laser
the return
aim.
to nature.
Mario still holding Venom Fangs and Willow. Looks like he's trying to open up something. Gets Venom Fang. We'll see if he can make him jump. Oh, and he does.
Does catch the flame sword.
Jump opens up a nice flame sword. Solid hit. It looks like he's trying to that same combo again. Multitude not playing around this time. Pulls out his Fortress of Iron. But now Kamikaze knows what he's packing at least. Shoots a few errant willows. Looks like he's.
Well, the thing is, Multitude just went and
running back.
overwrote some skills too. So I feel like Kamikaze pushed him towards having to do something, and that's a good move for him.
Yeah, I mean, whenever your opponent has to go digging, puts you in a better place. He is down to 8 skills. We'll see if Kamikaze has any popping answer. We do see Faith out of him.
Blazing Sword comes out. That's going to be a hard thing to answer. He's got Flash Hole and Glacial Wall. One can't block it, and the other one breaks. So he is in a real rough spot there.
Yeah.
Twist Laser.
We do see more manual lasers. I mean, we'll see if he can't glacial him and try to get him out of blazing. I think would be the
that's definitely got to be the play.
Get rid of his shield to get rid of his glacial.
I believe that was the Flash Hole that he dropped. He still has the glacial. He's not worried about Flash Holing anything right now, so he dropped the Flash Hole.
Right.
Multitude's now also kind of zoning him off of his deck.
Those willows aren't necessarily going to catch unless you can spam them, but it looks like the lack of aura really kind of affecting his ability to spam that willow.
Another defense picked up. This could be the Fortress. Does break the
Fortress,
glacial wall.
And then we do see the glacial.
Multitude
trying to
dodges
use
the flame
that gap
sword,
he
nice
created
and
with the
clean.
glacial. He runs off to go back to digging. I don't know if I wouldn't have tried to put it some damage on. Good dodge of the blazing though, but he's still in a tight spot. Nice catch with the Fortress, and he knocks him right off blazing.
Well, I think Multitude's probably out of blazing moves at this point, and he just erased Mario's Flame Sword, and now it's Willow on Fortress. Doesn't even bother to block that one. Healing Water puts him back in a solid position, but now both of these players getting low on capsules. Whoever's got a Diabolical Trick or a Violent Change is in a good situation right now. Mario is at a pretty bad health disadvantage, though, so if they trade attacks, Mario's in trouble.
We see, was that Vibration Blaster out of
That was regular Blaster, and it's going to be Fortress on Fortress for shields. So there's no real erase
does
pressure.
Have more aura, but again, that's not going to be a highly spammable skill. Willow Rian combo, good hit, catches. But he does, whenever he shoots that combo, he's going to put himself in harm's way. Can't really afford to trade damage.
That's a Throttle Blaster out of Multitude, by the way.
Okay.
I was watching the R account there.
Kamikaze doing a good job after taking a lot of early damage to slow the tempo, get back into his own pace.
Multitude's not pacing around the Willow Rian that well.
No. Looks like he's getting off a few good hits just to chip him down.
What he needs to do is instead of blocking, he just needs to trade. Next time when he lines up for that Willow Rian, instead of blocking the Willow, just shoot the Blaster and take the trade. Trade it. Trade it, damn it.
Oh, the Rian hits the stairs, unfortunately.
All he has to do is take that trade twice and he wins the round. 3 damage for 3 damage.
Well, at the rate we're going now, they're both kind of slowed down their pace. Without the melee, there's not a lot of aggression. It looks like Multitude's going to try to dig for 1 or 2 more skills. Now Kamikaze coming back over.
Grabs himself a Glacial Wall. That's a really good situation for him. Mario can't break that.
I don't think Kamikaze is going to want to trade blows now, though. He might just be content to run out a round. 2 minutes, 40 seconds.
Again, both these players have...
crazy amount of time.
I mean, do we see Faith out of Multitude, or is it Optic Nature that he has? I feel like we saw Faith.
Well, we're seeing the laser now.
Yeah, so maybe it's a 3 school, or maybe I'm just making things up in my head, but...
What Mario, is Purify? Purify's key, is it not?
No, it's Nature.
No.
Mario, we do see the Faith out of, but we don't see any pops, which disappoints me.
Nope, 2 Willows hit, 7-5. I mean, he can't break the Glacial, but the mistiming on the Glacial...
Multitude not playing a very strong defense there. Does take the 6 damage.
I lagged a little after the fact, but the initial hit looked clean to me. Multitude down to 3. There. I think Multitude is...
That's Violent Change range if Mario has one, but by the time he picks up a capsule, unless he's not careful, he's in Violent Change range as well.
We'll see if he has any erase. It looks like he's content to just try to see if he can catch a few more with the willows. But he still can't get around that glacial with a clean hit unless he times that combo.
There we go. Blocks both.
That would have been timed for perfect to break the glacial, but Multitude makes the appropriate choice and throws out the fortress. Good use of the pole. Oh, we see Rapid Cannon was his ace in the hole. Tries to get off a few quick hits. We're down to 55 seconds, though. He does go for a trade, but they both look like they connect with the tree. We still see the flash hole out of Kamikaze.
He could take both attacks from Multitude with that at this point, but he keeps freezing himself.
Between the glacial and the flash, I'm not sure either party's going to be able to get a real.
Yeah, unless somebody makes a big mistake, he's going to go to a draw.
Multitude running away himself. He might be okay with the draw at this point. Kamikaze frozen. They're both making the attempts, keeping the aggression up, just neither one willing to trade or go all out. But I think that might be the right call, given the circumstances. You don't want to jump the gun and then put yourself in a bad situation.
Yeah. That looks like it's going to be a game one draw unless we see a last-second big mistake. Oh, goodness.
Oh!
Muramasa almost ends that game.
Oh, that was
I think Mario held that in his pocket for a little too long, though.
Right. But, I mean, that would have been a nice last-second victory.
Yeah, that would have been gorgeous if he'd actually pulled it off. We are skipping Highway and Panorama, so that'll take us game 2 to City. With a
I really do like waiting for the very end, though, because some players with 1 second left, knowing you see the Willow and the Reincarnation, might not even bother, and you might be able to catch them unawares right there.
Yeah, it's possible. You can get it sometimes. The thing was, he broke the glacial with it, and he could have broken the fortress with it, and whichever one he broke, he could have forced his way around the other eventually. Right. Just using timing. So if he'd done that 2 minutes earlier, he could have probably gotten around the other shield. Either breaking it with a full Willow Rein on the glacial wall, or staggering the damage with the Willow Rein like he was doing to the fortress before.
Well, I don't know when he picked it up, though. If it was there were 2 skills he was digging through, because I think he initially had 4 capsules until his 3rd capsule spawned. So I'm not sure when that came out.
He stopped at like 6 capsules and didn't pick anything up for like a solid 2-3 minutes. So if he knew he had it in there and he kept digging, he could have broken it and eventually gotten through the other shields.
Yeah, I mean, still an interesting move. Maybe could have come out, might have made a difference, might not have, might have opened him up to turn around. So, I mean, it's hard to say that was a bad decision. Just it could have been played a little differently, but we'll never know.
I mean, it was a good game played by both players.
Yeah.
Just making some
not quite what I
notes
expected
there.
to see, but I'm okay with it. I think we're ready to start it up.
Yeah, let's go ahead and get game 2 underway. Any expectations on this map?
Candidly, I'm not sure what to expect anymore after that game. I expected to see a bit more aggression. Both of these players are kind of more counterplay, a bit different strategies than some of the other high matches we've seen. Certainly don't expect to see any evolution type play out of either one of them.
Going straight on to Vibration. He's already at 8 aura, running Nature Optic once again. Mario's trying to throw a couple of Bullet of Fires to harass him up there, but it's not really connecting
Multitude
any damage.
Spawn's going to be very helpful for that as well. Kamikaze's got he does have another high spawn, but it's in a high spawn that's directly line of sight. So once Multitude gets on Vibration, I think it's going to be a little tricky.
Glacial Wall with the Blazing Sword is going to be real brutal.
Blazing Sword once again.
I'm going to guess this is the same arsenal he had last time. We may have just not seen the boost mine.
Very possible. Wall of Fire from Mario.
He's going to blunt that Blazing Sword, but it is a barrier.
He's still in a tough spot.
Yeah, I mean, it's a barrier defense. Eventually a wraparound sword like that can get around it with enough.
And without those jump pads, he really can't get too much distance. Good blocks, though. We'll
Yeah,
see if
you
he
got to
can't
time it
slowly
just
get back to
about
his
perfectly,
base.
or otherwise it's going to wrap around.
He feints the ice sword. We do see the fortress. So Multitude again holding the same fortress glacial, same skills, but they're still hard to get around. Mario looks like he's trying to get back to his base. Multitude not really letting him.
I think that could be real dangerous, like unless Multitude lets him go back to his capsules. Surprised we're not seeing any sword cancels at all in here.
I don't know. He's
Area
standing
to
on
do
the
it.
edge. He might be looking for it.
Well, he hasn't done it yet, and he was in prime position to do it just a moment ago.
Some of us are better at them than others. Good block out of Kamikaze, another one. Kamikaze just been on point with his defense.
Yeah.
I mean, Multitude, though, I don't know why he hasn't tried to unlock, or you're right, tried to sword cancel or tried to fake something out to get Kamikaze's timing off. But right now, Kamikaze looks ready for it.
Multitude seems to be
Picks up
agonizing
another
over
attack.
what to overwrite. I think he's got a healing water in hand that he doesn't want to get rid of, but I think he needs to. Does override a shield.
Well, he gets rid of either the glacial or the fortress. We'll see which one.
Picks up a purple.
Mario picking up his own attacks. Looks like he's going to dig through himself.
Probably the Purify again. Because I'm pretty sure this is the same deck he used last game.
I think that's a safe bet. Looks like he got rid of the glacial. We see the fortress.
Ice Sword does connect.
Ooh, good Ice Sword hit out of Kamikaze. Puts Multitude on the defensive. We'll see if Kamikaze can capitalize to get him out of Blazing.
Blazing Bullet doesn't connect. Is that caught?
Ice Sword does not. Yeah. Looks like Ice Sword got taken. Good blocks by Kamikaze, though, to avoid the follow-up, the counter. But Multitude has used his fortress, got rid of that Ice Sword.
Oh,
Seems like now he's trying to spam some swords.
Yeah, I think he was
change
trying
the
to
timing.
sword cancel, but then it wasn't the right time to do it. He missed the window to do that.
Right. So both blazing skills and what you're probably right on the healing water. We do see the bullet out of Kamikaze.
Some nice
Trying to
dodges.
make him jump.
Freya can dodge
Yeah.
Blazing Bullet, whereas other jumpers can't. Same as Reincarnation. And he's doing it perfectly so far. Admirable.
Yeah, I want to know if Kamikaze has another skill to pair with it. Because if he's going to be able to dodge and fortress, you're not going to catch with the blazing bullet alone. We do see two other attacks in his hand, so let's see if he has something else here. Looks like both of them are spamming attacks, and neither one can really get through. Kamikaze does overwrite. Multitude looks like he's still digging.
So we see the Stimulate now. So if Multitude overwrote the Glacial Wall, which we do know he did because he has used the Fortress.
Right.
He's lost his Purify too, which has got to be irking him right now.
Yeah, that +2 is going to be brutal if he can get a hit in.
Yeah. Next Blazing Bullet to actually hit is going to do a lot of damage. Pretty sure he's still got the Healing Water in hand, so it's not that big a deal. Thing is, we never did see the Vibration out of this deck, even last game. Perhaps he... I don't know, I remember he had a lot of aura last game too, I don't know. Not sure what the point of the level amps and boost mines
might
are.
only have one or two. Might just be for spamming. We know he does have lasers and throttle blaster. Alright, we see probably Return to Nature.
Return to Nature, yeah.
I'll get rid of that. Mario can't capitalize on the Return to Nature. You get a Blazing Bullet. Does finally connect. Puts some Multitude down to 15. But like you said,
Vibration
probably
Blaster
waiting
now.
on that. Good vacuum wall out of Kamikaze, though. Takes the blaster.
At the very least, he's through that shield.
And he's
Back
made
at
him use
20.
the healing water, but he still has another yellow. Probably still another healing water, or possibly a relearn.
Finally does get hit by another Blazing Bullet, but props to Multitude for some really good defensive play so far.
Yeah, this has been, one-sided from both sides here. Multitude had it one-sided early with the Blazing Sword look. Kamikaze going one-sided back with spamming the Blazing Bullet. Just a bunch of similar arsenals and a lot of similar.
There we go.
There
We
we do
see an
the
actual sword
cancel.
cancel out of Multitude. That one
And it
worked.
does work. It's able to get the timing off.
Guess he gave
Gets a
up on the
big hit on
blazing
Mario.
sword.
That's gonna eliminate his blazing bullet, at least for now. We'll see if Mario has his own healing waters. We do see him with a yellow, but he doesn't have any space to really use it right now. Good block. Thought he... Oh, good
Multitude
counter.
takes his own flame sword to the face. Mario has his
Mario
own
does
healing
heal.
water.
Get some space. So now we've got Mario and Blazing, Multitude out. Mario with another counter hit gets Multitude in the back. Multitude still holding onto the fortress, but Mario's timing has just been so perfect with using it right after the sword, right after the dodge. Multitude's not able to get the shield up in time. Multitude now pretty far through his deck. I mean,
he
they
sacrifices
both
the blazing bullet. Looks like that was clearly an orb.
Looks like Mario probably used Turbulence, yep.
Yeah.
So Multitude not holding on to another healing water, but he does have Vibration Laser.
And he knocks
Mario
Kamikaze off of blazing. Got 2
Kamikaze
minutes
doing
and
a good
30
job
seconds
closing
to
the gap.
close this out.
Yeah, these guys are just not finishing each other off there. 2 minutes is a long time to dodge those lasers, though. He does catch Mario.
Well, I mean, if he
puts
comes
them both
in
at even
close, which that does seem to be the prevailing theory. If he comes in close, he can at least fight it.
Looks like he's bobbing and weaving there.
Does catch the flame sword finally.
Fortress gets out of it.
What's the last attack? Is it the bullet of fire, or has he still got ice sword?
Candidly, I don't know. I think he might have override the blazing bullet, but I can't tell you for sure. Flame sword does get around the wall of fire, puts Kamikaze kind of in a tough position. Looks like he wants to ride back to his base, dodges the trash there, and might have been a lucky break. Picks up another attack, but now he's right back on his back foot because he's got to get through the vibration again. Sonic Boom, but that's not going to really be the best answer because a well-timed vibration is going to wreak havoc with him there.
Multitude's not really able to match the range there, so he does back out. I don't even know if he can kill him with the Sonic Boom, though, before the game ends.
I mean, Multitude is taking 1 damage here or there. What I think is interesting, though, is
only a minute left
towards those signs. I think if he gets behind those signs, he could eat some big damage. That might be more scary to me than the Sonic Boom. I would have just sat there and eaten the Sonic Boom. Because the wrong number of signs breaks on you, and there's 8 damage right there. Looks like he's trying to get range again for the vibration, trying to manual. Sonic Boom against Fortress of Iron. This looks to be another draw. We'll see if either one can really get...
Vacuum slash connects.
Big hit.
All he's got to do is hit one more.
It's going to be real important. He doesn't have range. We'll see if he's manualing it. He does manual it because we see that one hit the ground.
Flame sword connects.
Flame sword on him.
This one's coming down to the wire. See if either one can finally clean.
He must have been holding on to that flame sword for a while, but he gets really good to get in between the Fortress of Iron. See him holding on to these late game swords. Oh.
There's one.
Not able to do it.
But there's 3 seconds left.
Switch to a defensive posture. He might not even.
Oh, he does get it. That's game 2 to Multitude.
No, I'm seeing draw.
Wait, was it? You saw draw?
My screen says draw. What does your screen say?
Let me join the party. You ask Mario. I'm gonna ask Multitude. Hey, Multitude.
Yo. Sorry, yo.
What did your screen say at the end?
Draw.
Draw?
Yep.
Okay. We're going to ask Mario. We just want to make sure we all have it on the same page.
Yep.
Did you ask Mario yet? Poor choices? I am going to assume he popped out of my party to talk to him. Come on, Xbox app. Today, please.
So Mario's screen also said draw.
So did Multitudes.
So candidly, the game gave him the kill, but it looks like it happened just right after the 1 second mark.
Yeah. I mean, if
That
it
looks
said
to
draw
be the
for everyone, then it
closest
said draw
match.
for everyone.
That seems to be the closest match of the entire tournament.
We had one like that, one of Gotrix's matches. I think it was against like Mimic or somebody like that. He had a match like that as well. Might have been against Math in the tag tournament.
Man, Math just can't catch a break.
Yeah. Math also famous for not making it out of the Swiss rounds in the tag tournament, as well as losing in the semifinals of the 1v1.
Really like the guy, but I find it fun that we're starting a rivalry.
Well, it'll sure be interesting if you guys match up in the next round, which is 33% chance.
Can only hope.
So we'll be moving on. That's 2 draws in a row to open the series here. Not a snooze fest, though. There has been a lot of action and back and forth. We'll have to see which one of these players is now able to pull it out here and get their first game win, hopefully here on Refinery.
Was that a draw?
Yes,
Yes,
that was a draw,
sorry,
Mario.
it was.
Okay, making sure. You leave.
Yeah, I can kick you from the
Get out.
I'm out.
Okay. Yeah, he wanted some clarification there. Makes sense.
Yeah, no,
Crazy
I mean,
close.
it's worth knowing. Yeah, everybody's screen said draw. I made a mistake. Estaco.
Try not to mess up anybody else's game.
Somebody's shooting
Dragon,
at
I know
me.
you're famous for that.
I didn't do it. Somebody shot at me.
Alright, wasn't me. I'm already dead. Like a good
Multitude
commentator.
shot me with a laser or something.
Like a good spectator, poor choices is there.
Which is strange. He already dropped the laser? I got hit
Yeah,
by a
that's an
twist
interesting
laser.
move out of
I
Multitude.
don't get it. He hit me with a twist laser.
Sure it wasn't Kamikaze?
I'm pretty sure it came from
We see
Multitude's
nature-
angle. I mean,
Nature out of
Multitude's already
Multitude,
used like a level
Kamikaze
amp.
showing faith. It might be the same arsenal a third time.
I mean, I've noticed some
We
players
see the
have been
heat,
doing
we
that
see
in
the
this
nature.
tournament rather than making arsenals from like one map at a time. They just make one arsenal and that's their go-to. I know Evolution got through his group mostly with that.
We see the blazing bullet again on a Multitude, so I wouldn't be surprised.
I know, like for example, in this same group, Renketsu used the same arsenal. I'd say 75% of the time.
I mean, if it's an arsenal that works for you, I know Esper.
I mean, yeah, I was gonna say that's
has a bunch
basically
of
Esper
very, very
too.
similar ones.
He says they're different, but it's like, well, that one has 3 ice swords and that one has 2, and the other one has a lightning sword instead. So it's a different arsenal.
Well, the things Esper say versus the things Esper does.
Well, the
I mean,
things
you gotta
Esper
take it with a grain of
does
salt.
are healing water, blazing bullet, and ice sword. That's the things Esper does.
All right. Well, we do see Kamikaze also shooting Willow, but like I said, this is a faith-based. His other Willow arsenal was primarily nature-based. Multitude has already gone through his blazing bullet, holding onto a purple, which we got to assume is either Purify or Return to Nature, if this is indeed the same deck. Kamikaze, though, not good, not too great of an aura situation, but he doesn't look to be digging for more. Content to throw those willows to see if he can catch Multitude.
Multitude
before
does make it
gets his
through
shields.
his base to get another pickup there. He's got a yellow
How are,
and a red.
How are Freya jumpers with skills like Willow? Is there a
They-
disadvantage because of the delay?
Not really, no. You can circle jump a willow as a male or a female jumper. It's probably a little bit easier to circle jump, but it's also easier to side jump it rather than a circle jump as a male jumper. So like maybe
Gotcha.
just depending on the angle, it might be slightly easier for a male sometimes, but not something you really need to worry about as a female jumper. It's spammable moves.
Not
Like
one
if you
he's
have
gonna-
if you have
Not
three
one he's
willows,
going to get with a one-shot Willow.
if you have 3 willows coming at you in rapid succession, then you're in trouble as a female jumper versus a male. But
We just sound
dodging
way
one.
too close to a math problem. We do see the Fortress of Iron take the sword there.
Yeah, I mean,
Again,
Multitude's at
good
10
shot with the
capsules
Willow.
remaining, and so far all we've seen is a blazing sword and a twist laser that was
Oh,
oddly
Willow finally
overwritten.
hits there. No, 2 Willows hit. Now the Kamikaze's able to... One more aura seems to make a difference and spam. Oh, big rapid
There we go.
cannons,
Nice
though.
rapid cannons, and he
Plus
gets knocked
1.
off the map, so that ties us up at 11 health.
That rapid cannon is going to be a very good skill to have on Refinery.
I know that's something we
With
also
all those narrow
saw
passes.
Guinan use against Xanxus.
Return
Fan
to
of the rapid
nature
cannon.
again out of Kamikaze. Good to get rid of that +1 if that rapid cannon's going to be an issue.
Yeah, especially on these walkways, it can be real difficult. But Multitude
But here we
uses
go.
another heat and is already at
+1 yet
+2.
again. +2. Looks like it was a relearn. Relearns the heat. Gets it back right back up.
So again, like, this is another situation where
There we
Mario's
see
running
the,
Faith,
slide
but I don't
laser.
have faith that he has the right purples. I don't think he has the Diabolical Trigger, the Violent Change, and we see Multitude rush through his deck once again, and I don't think Mario's going to be able to punish it.
No, we see a +2 slide laser and then another, was it Throttle Blaster?
It might be Throttle. I didn't watch
again
the
at
account.
+2.
Yeah, it is Throttle,
Neither
so
did
that'll be
I.
a 5 damage.
There's some powerful skills out of Multitude again. The
Oh,
rapid
and he does
cannon.
hit it, and he gets the
Fortress of
knockdown
Iron goes
damage.
up.
And that is game
Fortress
3.
of Iron blocks, but too many rapid cannons to deal with +3.
Yeah, it doesn't
Takes him
respect the
down.
staircase there, and Multitude takes game 3 for the first win of the series. And we will be moving on to lane. I don't need to change arsenals, I need to change maps.
Yes. Is Twilight Lane the one that glitched last time?
Yeah, it was Twilight Lane. You saw that video, huh?
That was a weird one. I did. That's not something I've seen yet out of in the game prior.
I still like the jab I took at Renketsu. He's the only player who's bad enough that can fall off the map on lane.
I mean, I was going to say it was an impressive skill, but I think that's just a matter of temperament, Bregan.
Well, I mean, he tried to rephrase it the same way. That's fine.
Number of games Renketsu had to have reset for throwing Scream of Evil at the participants. 0. Number Bregan has thrown. At least 1. Possibly more.
At least one that
But we
hit
see
Sandal.
we see Multitude taking some time with his arsenal here. He did pick up a win with his arsenal that we're now assuming was the same one. So I'll be interested to see if he's digging and he's got a particular plan for the lane, or if he wants to switch up his arsenal and have it Kamikaze seen it a few times. But now both of them just readying up and then unreadying. Just a lot going on here.
Yeah, it's
I
a
think, in
tense
their
series.
decisions.
You know, the indecision can really hit you. And in my experience, when I've played against Ghost and Multitude in tournaments, they tend to be real slow about picking arsenals. They take a lot of time in the lobby. So it's not something that surprises me out of Multitude. And Mario seems to have, had trouble bouncing back from the loss yesterday. Seems less decisive today.
Well, I don't know if it's aided by the, critique each other's Phantom Dust trend that's been going around in the Facebook group. I might have shaken his confidence earlier. It was not my intention.
Did he post in that group? In that thread, I didn't.
No,
see that he
I
posted in
told
there.
I told him privately.
Oh, I see.
I told him privately. I'm really hoping that does not play a factor at all, because obviously I think he's a very good player, or else I wouldn't want to partner up with him as much as I do. And I wouldn't have picked him for my Civil War team. And we see matches off to no aura out of Kamikaze. Bregan kills himself quickest, which is something he's good at.
It's a unique talent of which I'm proud.
Mario up to 2 aura is holding on to a purple. The Multitude already has an acquisition and a yellow. We'll see if that's not orb. He gets a nice meteor off
The thing about Meteor at +2 is I'm
for some
pretty
early
sure that's
damage.
unjumpable at +2. We saw him use this arsenal, I believe it was against Renketsu in that series, and it's a pretty rough one to dodge.
Yes. For jumpers, I know this. Mario does pick up a shield. Looks like he is up to 3 aura.
If I remember correctly, in this
doesn't
one,
look like that's.
I think Multitude does have another Meteor or Psycho Spear in this deck as well, so we might see more of that.
Okay, Mario holding on to his purple, but does get rid of an attack. You see, he does have the Willow again. Psycho out of Multitude, Faith out of Kamikaze, Psycho Spear.
Ooh, there
Mario
he
looks
is.
to jump. It looks like it just catches him. He does start the jump process, but his timing might have just been a
Just
little
at that
slow.
right angle, like, if you're at a standstill, you're not already moving. Psycho Spear at a +2, when you're at a standstill, it's almost impossible to jump at that kind of angle.
Yeah,
He has to already be moving. There's the 6 damage Meteor, and that takes his flash hole, too.
We see what his defense was. He throws up the flash hole.
Almost
I think
takes
it's 'cause
his
he knew
life.
He couldn't avoid it, but one snap in the flash hole it just still does damage. Multitude now currently out of attacks, but it looks like this is the kind of one-use singles or one-use skill arsenal that's going to have a lot of high damage attacks. Mario's still holding onto that purple. Now
So
has
far,
2
it's been
shields.
pretty
We'll see
impressive.
yeah, we'll see reincarnation. Couldn't quite see Kamikaze's block from my camera.
There's an Iron Skin.
Gotcha. Well, that's going to be somewhat helpful. We see he does finally have aura now. Willow's gone, still holding onto that purple.
They've both burned through their arsenals pretty fast so far. Mario's at 10 remaining. Hasn't really shown any offense yet. Multitude using a lot of these one-times, and now he's got 3 shields. He's only got 12
Mario
remaining.
looking like he was looking for aura. But now he's got a... I don't know what his answer is going to be. Might just be trying to hold on for a bit. Multitude, for all his one-use skills, is content to just throw reincarnation.
I mean, that's the thing, too, right now. Like, if he mistimes one defense, it's not like, oh, geez, I got hit by reincarnation. No, like, that's the game it. That's it.
Alright, I'm seeing 3 opaque skills out of Multitude, though. I'd imagine at least 1 or 2 of those are attacks. Looks like he runs to all of them to see what they are. Doesn't pick one up yet, though.
I mean, he's in the driver's seat right now. He's got a lot of time. He doesn't have to really play fast and loose. He picks up another attack. Maybe this one breaks Iron Skin.
So the reincarnation, but he's staying melee range.
So he does have the Psycho
Knife.
Knife. No longer has
Kamikaze's
Psycho
able to get a
Knife.
good block.
As a thing of the past.
All of the skills to pick up to deal with an Iron Skin, not the one I would have anticipated. He does go +4 though.
Plus 6.
+6.
Could be coming to
That's going to
Cluster
be
Bomb
pretty
time.
brutal. Looks like he's burning through a few more skills. Kamikaze now coming over. He has an attack.
Thing is he can't
Yeah,
trade at
reincarnation
all.
of
Like,
him
he has
as
to be
well.
so careful right now. If he mistimes and shoots, even if he just attacks at the wrong time and Multitude throws an attack back, like, that's game over. He has to be so careful right now. Like, you have to play
Right, and I'm
flawlessly from this
wondering-
point.
Since we're seeing the Faith, I'm wondering if he finally brought the diabolical trick, and he's just been trying to wait to see if Multitude is going to dig for him.
So Multitude
to get
grabbed
down on
another
skills.
attack. Not sure what it is yet because we haven't seen him throw it out. He's also not at Bravery, so he picked up an attack that's not a Bravery attack. And we're waiting to see what it is. Maybe it's a fall move and he can't hit him where he's currently standing, so he's playing safe. Oh, there goes the Psycho
It's a
Spear.
Psycho Spear.
And that
And
will
it
be
hits.
game 2.
I see the Iron Skin animation, but it comes up just a little slow.
I mean, the pierce
I
damage
think
was going to
it
go
would
through the
have
Iron
done
Skin
pierce damage
anyway.
anyway.
So whether
Yeah.
it hit or whether it didn't, it doesn't matter as long as... Yeah.
He did have that other defense. Did we see what that was?
No, but my guess is it was some... I mean, he's running Key Faith. Nothing other than maybe a guard would save him.
Right.
Other than that, he may have had, say, like another Flash Hole or a Dark Hole, but both of those kill him too.
Gotcha. Well, we'll have to ask him after. Maybe not right away.
Yeah. So we head into sign now. There's been 2 tie games. Multitude does lead the series with 2 wins, though. We'll have to see if Mario is able to bring it back from the brink and come out with his own win here on sign to keep himself alive in the series, or if Multitude is able to close this out.
Right. I mean, I liked a lot of the things Kamikaze has done. You got to be heartbroken. I mean, on both those matches, he definitely had the sword ready to go. For all are making fun of Sonic Boom, he was only one Sonic Boom away from having the kill condition when he got off the vacuum slash. Muramasa, the same thing. A couple close defeats on the draws.
We're looking
But it
at
looks like he's
Multitude's
not
hand.
able to bounce back just yet.
It looks like he's hard for Aura to get himself started on some boost mines and level amps. Guy's having to dig. Mario not in a much better spot with only 3 Aura himself. Both of them are in overwrite mode. Mario finally gets a 4th Aura particle, which is oftentimes the threshold. A lot of players using Nature Need. See Psycho out of Mario. And now Quantum Amps.
I see Multitude level amps, or Quantums, sorry.
So that solves Mario's
another.
Aura problems as well. But does that signal from Multitude Psycho Burst?
A Psycho Burst. I would have to imagine so.
We see the red on him, and we see the Bravery decision go down. So there's got to be a Psycho Burst in here.
Kamikaze, the one pushing the attack, though, comes over.
I mean, 2 more capsules,
3 attacks
and it
in
could be real
defense.
dangerous once he hits his. That does break the Psycho Shell.
Good Psycho Shell out of Mario or to block it, but that's not going to erase. That was just a temporary measure.
A real nice
Looks like
setup
he's gonna-
from Multitude, honestly.
Big Bomb strikes him, though.
Yeah,
Good
Big Bomb does
out of
catch, but Railgun connects
Mario
as
takes
well.
a hit, though.
Blocks that one with Psychic Wall.
Mario's
Falls
spamming
off.
Big Bombs. Got a good angle right now.
I mean, without the plus acquisition, he can just walk away from it.
Right. Multitude has the railgun. Do we know his other skill? Oh, Psycho Burst.
Still Psycho Burst, yeah.
Kamikaze doing a good job of trying to keep parabola
Possibly a
angles, but
dazzle
he doesn't
there.
really have an answer. When we see another defense, we'll see if it's something that could deal with Psycho Burst.
Oh, he has his own
Oh.
Psycho Burst. Multitude
Nice
now.
shot. Good
One shot from
turnaround.
just about anything takes Multitude out, so he is within striking range. Uses charge, or yeah, uses charge to. He went to my base.
Multitude does not have a lot of aura, or I'm sorry, does not have a lot of capsules left. Does not have a lot of health left. That charge is going to make it very hard to catch him. We see Mario spamming those bombs, still dodging the. We got to see a Psycho Shell block on the railgun. Good block, good dodge there. I mean, he's got Multitude in a good spot. We'll just see if he has what he needs to finish him off. He's willing to erase the skill right there.
I mean, the charge got him out of a dangerous spot. I don't know. Maybe he needs to get rid of the Psycho Burst. An Excalibur might be more useful right now if he has one.
I don't know if you saw what he did right there, but Kamikaze placed a mine at the beginning of his spawn. I'm wondering if he hopes he can catch him when he charges. So we'll see. He does pick up a purple.
Trying to spot this mine you're talking about.
He might have deleted it. I saw him place it. Can't get a camera angle on it myself, though.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, I see it still.
I don't see it yet.
I promise, it's there. I'm not going to be any more specific.
Is
Just
it
in
on
case
that
somebody
little
can
bridge going down?
Hear us by... Nope. Wait, what bridge going down? Don't worry about it. There's a mine. Just trust me. Alright, they look like they're in a tense stalemate right now. Kamikaze afraid to put himself out to the railgun. See, Multitude taking pot shots. Kamikaze might still be digging. Oh! Now we know Kamikaze's back in there. He does get a reverse, but he's not able to hit with it.
Railgun, not
Although
the best
now-
skill to reverse anyway.
No, and Multitude now knows he has it. and Railgun, of course, being one that's easy to manual aim,
Yeah.
or at least, if not easy, at least constantly manual aimed. Kamikaze does erase another attack, though. Very possibly erases that mine that I promise always existed.
Could also have gotten rid of his own Psycho Burst. Excuse me.
I don't know if you'd want to do that before seeing what Multitude's defense was, though. Even if it's a fortress, you might want to keep it to break it.
We know he's got the Psychic Wall, and he can't break the Psychic Wall, so... There's no more R to be had. He can't get through that shield, but Crush does knock Multitude out of the air.
Good Crush.
Doesn't take the...
very,
almost
very
falls
helpful.
off the map, too, but doesn't quite take that trip. Uses...
We do see him charge. And that might have been right where the mine would have been, to be honest. That's exactly where the mine was. Kamikaze's probably not happy he got rid of it. We do see the Psycho Blade, so we know he got rid of it. He's got to be kicking himself because that would have ended the game right there. He teleported right onto the mine.
So it's
Would
the
have
Psycho
no idea
Blade that
about
he
it.
kept, actually, out of everything.
Yes, he did get rid of the Psycho Burst. So he's got the Crush, the Reverse, the Psycho Burst, and another shield. Or I'm sorry, the Crush, the Reverse, the Psycho Blade, and another shield.
He was just inside the range of that cluster bomb.
I mean, I would still keep spamming that sword. Its Psycho Barrier is not the most reliable when it comes to that situation. Reverses the cluster bomb, not able to hit. But if he can get a wraparound sword, it'll be over.
Oh,
You see
the
a
rock
rock
shot
shot.
does connect. And Mario
I'm not
keeps
sure
his
how,
series hopes
but-
alive. I
But it
think
does.
Multitude just didn't expect the speed of the rock shot after a lot of the other slow-moving moves and mistimed the defense there. Didn't quite turn around in time. And that'll be a 1 win for KamikazeMario, and we're going to go to round 2 on Palace. And we're already on par with our other longest series we had, which I believe is Wolf versus Filthy.
That end again on Palace, or did it get it all the way to Highway?
It ended 3-2-2. So I think it would have been Highway or whatever wasn't banned. I don't remember exactly what map they ended on. It could have been Panorama or City. But,
I thought bans didn't matter second time through.
oh, yeah, that's right. They don't matter. So, yeah, it would have ended on Highway.
Gotcha. Well, I mean, I don't know if they knew I had to go to bed. Very rude of them, but hard to complain when they're good matches. So Kamikaze, I mean, that was pretty much an exact turnaround on the strategy Multitude had. I mean, those quantum amps gave him the ability to Psycho Burst, and just a perfect counter to the oncoming Psycho Burst. Just a big turnaround trade for damage.
Yeah.
Very well done, especially being in the tough position of being only 1 loss away from losing the series.
Well, one thing I'd like to point out is this is the last match to take place in Group B, the very last match. 14 out of 15 have already been played, so this will be the 15th match. And neither of these players with a win here can advance out of the group. So one thing I really got to respect is that they're still treating it seriously. Like, it might have been fun, to have them, go all out, balls to the wall with some goofy arsenals, but I really respect that they're taking it seriously and they want to show pride, even though they aren't able to get out of groups. They're both playing really well, playing really carefully, playing textbook Phantom Dust, and I have a lot of respect for that.
No, I mean, I completely agree, especially when you see, some people just give up earlier or bring decks they don't care about. I mean, this is still tournament level play. I think this is where you really benefit. This is why we have tournaments. This is that extra level of pressure and focus. So I'm glad they're benefiting from it, and I'm glad we get to watch this kind of matchup. I mean, had this matchup gone earlier, yes, this would have been a big and influential one, but I mean, it's no less important, at least to these two players.
Well, and the thing is, too, that was one thing that I liked about having this group stage format with a round robin is that instead of just finding out how you stack up against one player, you can measure yourself against several. And it seems like both these players are taking that seriously. They want to show that they're the better player here and, find their own strengths and weaknesses. This is a time where you can really examine your own playstyle.
I was going to say, Bregan, start it up before they change Arsenal. Change Arsenals again, though. those of you paying attention, I'm launching Scream of Evil into a wall, just in case.
And I'm launching Scream of Evil into him.
Right, which is unnecessarily dangerous. Alright, we see Nature out of Multitude. Multitude launching an early jackpot. Kamikaze also has a Nature aura, but is able to jump. Good dodge by Kamikaze. Both off to really good aura starts, 5 and 7 respectively. 2 attacks for each. Kind of a similar setup to what we had the first time around on Palace. Neither having a defense, both having a lot of attacks. Of course, we're seeing completely different skills out of Multitude. As he keeps spamming the jackpot.
I gotta say, Poor Choices, I don't know why you're so negative. I was just trying to show you that I cared.
Yeah, I love when people show how they care with negative attention and affection. It's just like middle school over again.
It's what my parents taught me.
Yeah.
No, I'm kidding. My parents were great.
For those of you out there,
we do see Mario get hit by that one.
He does. He gets hit. The table explodes, but he takes neither debris damage, and the jackpot comes up with 0. So what could have been a very big, disastrous hit, hits for no damage. Kamikaze has a full hand. That yellow might be orb.
See, the one thing to note that I think is kind of fun about
has.
female jumpers is dodging the spammy jackpot is difficult, but if you're using jackpot, it's a little bit easier because you have the extra hang time. So you can even be more lazy about your jump timing as a female jumper than you are as a male jumper when you're using jackpot. So it's a good move out of Multitude.
I did not know that.
Yep, we do see the
As a
flame
superior
sword connect.
cartwheel era, I never had to worry about those things. Good shot by the flame sword. Multitude goes with his own flame sword. Kamikaze's dodging it with a slight tilt left and then hits with a counter. Kamikaze has been very good with those counter flame swords. Multitude doesn't have a shield and is pretty far from home. Spams some Willow. Kamikaze good circle jumps, dodges them both.
I would say
Sonic
when they're
Boom
both
able to dodge
shieldless,
as well.
when they're both shieldless, Kamikaze has shown better dodge mechanics and better melee than Multitude. I mean, we've seen some of the female jumper. Yeah, we've seen some of the female jumper uniqueness in that Multitude was able to just dodge bullet of fire for several weeks long, where a male jumper couldn't do that.
A
So
good
we
willow
do have
angle,
to.
but Kamikaze is able to get around it.
We do have to respect that.
Good dodging
but,
on the willows.
When they get into the melee and they're really digging into each other and neither one has a shield, I've been more impressed with Kamikaze this series.
Right, I don't think he gets a lot of credit for
there we go.
his dodgy
Psycho
buddy.
Spear misses.
Psycho Spear from a good angle, but he's unable to hit. Those Sonic Booms still coming. Multitude trying to get some good angles on the Willow. Kamikaze's dodged a few from that angle, but it's still always a tricky angle. Especially for jumpers when it comes in vertically like that.
There we see another Flame Sword connect. Mario is taking a little bit lower. Multitude is showing that he's no slouch in the melee. Even if
I was just going to say, Multitude maybe can't hear us, but maybe he can sense it. He wants to show that he can do some melee damage himself. Gets on a nice flame sword there.
Mario has been dodging those willows very nicely.
Yeah.
I have to admit,
Multitude looking like he's
that.
Oh, he comes directly on Kamikaze, trying to combo with Sonic Boom. Not being too effective. Kamikaze shows the sword, gets the
that
jump.
That one hits.
And then double swords. Multitude tries to bring it himself, but he can't get it out in time. Kamikaze strikes his. Multitude now running.
Jackpot again.
Doing jackpots on his way back. We'll see if Kamikaze tries to cut him off going for his base. Kamikaze picks up a purple. He is digging through his deck more. He might be looking for another shield to deal with the Sonic Boom.
Again, we're seeing like not that many shields on Palace. We've seen some other maps where they've had several, but not on Palace. And that looks like an
I think that was
orb.
a turbulence.
Yeah, I think
So
that's an
orb
orb
out of
of Mario.
Kamikaze. He does get rid of his own purple, though.
Healing Water out of Multitude gives him back at a health advantage.
Now he's burning through his deck. Man, if Sandal watches this, he's going to pull his hair out. Nobody's using call or popping or anything.
I know. Well, I mean, I've spent so many series watching it. I'm just like, well, you could violent change. A violent change would be so nice right now. Why does nobody have violent change? And just shouting into the void at this point.
We do see the memory battle out of Kamikaze. He's down to 8 skills. He does pick up a shield. We'll see if it's something that can deal with the Sonic Boom. Multitude also picks up a shield. Kamikaze looks like he's content with shooting it from that angle. Might be waiting on another skill. Multitude looks like he's still okay testing with the Sonic Boom, but with that heat, it's going to be a bit better with the +2. We got the +2.
So it is
coming.
Fortress. So
we see the shield is a Fortress.
That's good for the
It's
Sonic
gonna be
Boom.
tough to get around. Tough to get around, but again, yeah, very vulnerable to the spam.
And that sword is
and the
nice.
Fortress comes out.
Too
but
late.
It does not catch the flame sword. Kamikaze eats a big 4 damage right there. Puts him in range.
There's
of
another
2 attacks
the
now.
Sonic Boom.
Now just 1.
One Willow or Flame Sword
Now
finishes
one
him
flame
off.
Looks like he does not catch that flame sword with his own Fortress. The Kamikaze backing up, going back to his base. Doesn't seem to have an answer for the Fortress.
Yeah, but he's also under fire of this Sonic Boom. Like, he's in a dangerous spot there. He uses his own heat now.
He's got another skill.
Railgun.
It's Railgun, so he can get some range here.
He's not able to
stay away from the
break
Sonic
the
Boom.
Fortress,
We'll
though.
Right, if they go to a damage trade, Kamikaze's going to be in a tough situation.
Yep, he's in a bad spot
Still
now with that
blocking
Sonic
the
Boom.
Fortresses. Jumps 1.
I
Doing a
mean,
good job
Multitude
jumping
can
him,
just
but
keep firing
Such
these.
a hard skill.
Oh, and the Armoros
Oh.
Watch. That was interesting.
Good. Holding on to that for Multitude.
Yeah.
Did not expect that.
Oh, and
Mario
Mario
was able to
dodges
block it,
every single Sonic Boom and then manages to block the Armoros
Then takes the
Watch.
Flame Sword. Sonic Boom gets launched but doesn't connect.
Really good technical play there.
Now
and
Multitude's the one on the run.
It's what he needs to stay alive.
Right, see, it's sort of survivability that allows me to pair with him and then allows me to be the Kamikaze. Good block on the Armoros Watch, keeping his... but still getting along with Fortress, even against these spammable skills.
Another heat onto Multitude.
Another
now.
heat out of Multitude. That Sonic Boom's going to be even deadlier now, but I'd almost rather want the Aura regen.
I mean, it depends on what else he has in hand. Turbulence now. And Ice Sword finishes off Mario.
Ooh,
And that is a 3-1 victory.
Damage.
3-1-2 total series for Multitude. That was a great series.
A strong series. We saw how many of those came down to the very last minute, down to the wire. But Mario just not able to capitalize on some of those late game big skills. And Multitude's able to get some angles, aggression, and close it out.
Yeah, Multitude really had the tenacity in this series. Some of that veteran experience shines through. And then the lane match was a pretty dominating win, while many of the others were very close. That lane match was quite the landslide with the Meteors and the Psycho Spears. But congratulations to both players for their efforts in this group, giving us several great matches, back and forth, wins and losses. And I have nothing but respect for both of them.
All right.